What's good? This is Trey, and this video is the secret most dating coaches won't tell you. Okay? And the secret is, well, first, before I go into the secret, um, you already know this, but let's just talk about it a little bit. Dating coaches need to make money. Okay? And in order for them to make money, they have to get you to feel like there is some kind of secret, there's some shit that you don't know, that in order for you to be successful with women, you have to pay a coach to tell you the secret. But here's the thing, here's the secret. The secret that dating coaches don't want to tell you is when it comes to picking up women, right? You actually, let's see the best way to put this. You actually have to get to a point, like if you really want to get good at picking up women, you have to get to a point where you actually are seeking rejection. You have to get to a point where you're actually seeking discomfort. You have to get to a point where you actually have to get to a point where you're like, whatever it takes, where you just don't care anymore. That is the secret to becoming successful with women. It is actually the secret to becoming successful with pretty much anything. And the reason it would make sense to hire a coach is because a coach can get you to do these things. That's what you're really hiring a coach for, is to get you to do the shit that you don't want to do. You do not want to go and get rejected. You do not want to go put yourself in uncomfortable situations. You do not want to be nervous. You do not want to be anxious, feel approach anxiety and all that stuff. You want to do anything but that. And that's why it gets to a point where you're like, yo, I need to hire a coach. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't hire a dating coach. I actually recommend hiring coaches in general, because coaches will help you move forward if you hire the right coach. But the secret is, if you can really get to the point where you're just sick and tired of the bullshit, and you really start going after your goals for real, doing the shit that you're avoiding, the shit that you're procrastinating on, the shit you're running away from. If you can really get yourself to do that stuff consistently, that's key, consistently. And when I say consistently, I don't mean 2-3 days. I mean a month, months, a year. That's what I mean by consistency. Like, get yourself to do it day in and day out, over and over and over. If you can get yourself to that point, then a lot of times you won't even really need a coach like that, because what the coach does is the coach brings certainty. You know what I mean? Like if somebody was like, hey, Trey, can you help me get better with women? A lot of what I would tell that person to do is it's gonna be shit that they don't want to do, basically. But because I'm bringing the certainty, like, I'm like, listen, this is what you got to do. And when they look in my eye and see that it's actually somebody who's telling them to do something that he has done, then you get the confidence to go and do it. You see what I'm saying? That's why the coach is valuable, because the coach, if it's a real coach, if it's a real guy that has really walked his talk and is actually doing what he's telling you to do, when he tells you to do it, you can hear it in his voice, you can see it in his eyes, you can see it in his body language, that he knows what he's talking about. So you are able to push through the discomfort, push through the anxiety, push through the bullshit, because of that certainty that the coach is giving you. And that's the secret. The secret is that you don't, you don't really need a coach, but you a coach does help. Like, if you can't, okay, here's what I mean when I say you don't need a coach, because I've paid a lot of money for coaches and I've gotten tremendous benefits. I'm not saying there's no value in getting a coach. What I'm saying is, a lot of times what the coach does is he just speeds shit up for you. You know, he gets you to take the actions that you are having a hard time taking because of your internal conflicts, the shit going on inside of you mentally, emotionally, baggage that you have, the excuses that you have. When you hire a coach, when you invest in a coach, a lot of those excuses, they go out the window, because now you're really committed. Now, you invested your hard-earned money, and now you have accountability. There's somebody telling you what to do. There's somebody actually correcting you. You see what I'm saying? So the secret is, you have to basically, if you really want to get good with women or get good with anything, as a man, you should be getting good at many different things, not just with women. You should have qualities and skills and talents and things that make you valuable as a man. But if you want to really get good at something, you have to actually seek the discomfort. You have to seek the rejection. You have to seek the failure. And you actually have to get to a point where it becomes fun. Now that, that takes some maturity. It takes some real, like, clear thinking to really get to a point where going towards discomfort gets fun. Because you have to reframe things. You have to kind of see it as, you have to see rejection and failures as stepping stones to success. If you could really get to that point, because obviously I can say it and you can hear it and it could kind of sound good, but when you really know this at your core, that every rejection or every embarrassment or whatever shit that you have to go through gets you closer to your goal, you'll start actually going towards it. Because if you really want that goal, that's what you got to do. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna make this video too long. It's very straight to the point. The secret is that what's really going on, what you really need to do is you really need to stop avoiding the shit that you know you need to do. And this is one of them videos that, is probably, it's not really gonna be a video you might be ready for the message. I don't know if you're ready for it yet, but some people are not gonna be ready for this message because they just don't want to do certain shit. But it's like, if you really want results, especially if it's results that most people don't have, you gotta realize there's a reason why most people don't have those results. Like, most guys don't have the type of relationships with women that they want. Most guys do not have the kind of abundance with women that they want. Most guys don't understand women like that, right? And so therefore you can see in their relationships the misery and the bullshit they have to put up with. And it's because they don't want to do certain things. They don't want to address certain internal issues that they need to address with themselves, character flaws that they need to work on, things that have happened in the past that they haven't dealt with and handled yet. You feel me? All of these things will hold you back from expressing yourself genuinely to a woman. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it made sense. Like, if you really get this is some information that could really take you to the next level if you can really understand this shit. Like, you have to get to a point where you stop trying to find the comfortable thing to do, the easy thing to do, and start going towards that shit that you don't want to do. And you got to create, everyone's different. You got to create a system or a model or something that can get you to do what you got to do. Whether you need to get an accountability partner, whether you got to just face your fears head on, just willpower, whether you got to set a bigger goal, whether you got to find your purpose, find your why, whether you got to hire a coach. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with hiring a coach. I actually agree with that. You know what I mean? Like, finding somebody that knows what they're talking about, that knows what they're doing, and getting them to help push you through push you to do the things you need to do to be successful. You feel me? So that's the advice. I hope this video was helpful. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.